共通テストに出た接続表現274。読める人は知っている。共通テスト品質。接続表現の特徴。要点1、論理マーカーが重要。要点2、内容理解の鍵になる接続表現を見れば、筆者の意図がわかる。要点3、同義グループで覚える。共通テスト攻略ポイント。接続表現は文章の道しるべ。意味より役割で覚える。同じ働きの表現をグループ化する接続表現が読めれば、長文が読める。
Above all. Accordingly. Additionally. After all. After. Afterward. Albeit. All in all. All in good time. All the same. All things considered. Alternatively. Although. Altogether. And. Anyhow. Apart from that. As a consequence. As a matter of fact. As a result. As a whole. As an illustration. As far as possible. As far as. As if by magic. As if. As it happens. As it were. As long as. As much as. As opposed to. As soon as. As such. As though. As well as. As well. As yet. As. Assuming that. At any cost. At any rate. At first. At last. At length. At the same time. Because of. Because. Before long. Before. Beforehand. Besides. But. By all means. By and large. By contrast. By means of. By the same token. By the time. By virtue of. Comparatively. Concurrently. Consequently. Considering that. Considering. Conversely. Despite. Distinctly. Elsewhere. Equally. Even if. Even so. Even though. Even when. Eventually. Every time. Except for the fact that. Except that. Except when. Explicitly. For all that. For certain. For example. For fear that. For instance. For one thing. For the most part. For the purpose of. For the sake of. For the time being. For this reason. For. For as much as. Furthermore. Given that. Granted that. Hardly, when. Hence. Henceforth. However. If so. If. Implicitly. In accordance with. In addition. In any case. In any event. In as much as. In brief. In case of. In case that. In case. In comparison with. In compliance with. In conclusion. In contrast with. In contrast. In effect. In essence. In fact. In keeping with. In lieu of. In light of. In line with. In order that. In order to. In other words. In particular. In so doing. In so far as. In spite of the fact that. In summary. In that case. In that. In the absence of. In the event of. In the event that. In the face of. In the first instance. In the first place. In the light of. In the long run. In the meantime. In the presence of. In the process. In the same way that. In view of. And as much as. Incidentally. Insofar as. Instead. Just as. Lest. Likewise. Meanwhile. More importantly. More precisely. More specifically. Moreover. Namely. Naturally. Needless to say. Nevertheless. No matter how. No matter what. No matter whether. No sooner than. Nonetheless. Nor. Not because. Not only, but also. Not that. Not to mention. Notably. Notwithstanding. Now that. On account of. On balance. On condition that. On the assumption that. On the brink of. On the contrary. On the grounds that. On the other hand. On the understanding that. On the verge of. On the whole. Once. Only if. Or. Otherwise stated. Otherwise. Over and above. Overall. Particularly. Presumably. Provided that. Provided. Provided. Provisionally. Rather than that. Rather than. Regardless. Respectively. Seeing that. Similarly. Simply put. Simultaneously. Since. So as to. So far as. So it seems. So long as. So much so that. So that. So to speak. So. Sooner or later. Specifically. Still. Subsequently. Such as to. Such as. Such that. Supposedly. Supposing that. The moment. Thereafter. Thereafter. Thereby. Therefore. Therein. Thereupon. Though not. Though. Thus far. Thus. To a degree. To be specific. To illustrate. To name a few. To put it simply. To some extent. To sum up. To that end. To the best of. To the contrary. To the extent that. To this end. Ultimately. Under the circumstances. Undoubtedly. Unless. Until. What is more. Whatsoever. When. Whenever. Where. Whereas. Whereby. Whereupon. Wherever. Whether, or. Whether or not. Whether. While. With a view to. With respect to. With the aim of. With the intention of. With the result that. With this in mind. Without a doubt. Yet.
テーマ5位の理解が重視される共通テスト対策には、COIL 式英単語学習法に基づく、COIL カードと共通テストに出たトピックワードシリーズの学習が非常に効果的です。